Hello? Mic test. Check. Check. Actually, I should probably wait until some viewers get here. Hang on, let me check to see if the mic's even turned off. Okay, yeah, it's working. Alright. Alright, now let me just go ahead and briefly go to my YouTube and check the live stream real quick, so that way, hang on a second, that's not my freaking YouTube shit. Anyhow, let me just get to my channel real quick. Okay, sweet. So the mic is in fact working. All right. Oh. Suddenly, oh wait, no, never mind. I see who the other viewer is. It's me. Oh. Ah, yes, the Shagahod. If that were an available vehicle in this game, I would flip shit. But yeah, so welcome to, oh, so I can't actually play it right now. Shit. I was about to say that'd be the proper way to start this, but so, welcome to Gran Turismo Sport's first, not public beta. How's it looking so far, dude? Geez, the delay between comments and actually seeing them on screen is kind of slightly aggravating. Oh, there we are. So, this is my garage. I got mostly race cars at this point. This is one of my sports cars. Here's another sports car. And here's the car that I actually got just today. The Ford Focus ST, one of my, well, I may be slightly biased, but yeah, one of my favorite vehicles in real life. Compact, fast, and yet convenient. And then here's the Megane Group 4. Pretty pitifully slow for its vehicle class, at least from my experience, but I may be high as shit. But, dear God, does this thing handle like a dream. Actually, you know what? I'll go to the other Group 4 car first. Yes, this is the Group 4 version of a street car that I already have. Don't judge me, I couldn't pick it out. this, from a technical standpoint, might actually be the fastest car that I have. I think. But this one here, this one is my baby. Ford Mustang GT Group 30. Or just Mustang Group 30, never mind. So, currently, oh geez, they recently updated it, huh? Alrighty, I can definitely accept this. Alright, well, okay, so originally, okay, just a brief rundown of all the different modes that are available. I don't know if you can see very well, but campaign is currently not available, but it's going to be, as far as I can tell, the standard Gran Turismo campaign, race, get credits, buy more cars. The usual shit. Oh yeah, I'll get to the game controlling here in a bit. Yeah, I'm just going to show off all the different modes the game has first. But yeah, so this is the sport mode, where basically, you know, how do I put this? This is their main mode for online, and out of all the online modes, the only one open right now because they want to demonstrate it. This is where they're going to actually hold all the different tournaments for the people playing online. This is where you can actually gain things like sportsmanship points. This is, yeah, this is, oh yeah, sportsmanship rating, my bad. Yeah, this is how you actually, well, get rated as a decent driver. The better you do on races, like, the faster you get for lap times, and the less you actually bump into other cars and go off the track, the higher your point rating will be. I'm currently at where it starts. I actually dip below for a little bit because people on this game suck. And driver rating just increases the better you do. And I don't think anybody's gotten above level E yet. I don't know if the programming is actually fully there yet. This is the options menu. You know what this shit already does, so why even bother covering it? The standard online mode that Gran Turismo usually has, where you could basically organize a lobby full of random people or even just friends and race on whatever track you want, or even just roll around in free mode, do whatever the hell you want there, that's actually more than likely going to be available in the exact same state as it was in Gran Turismo 6, or maybe even beefed up a little bit. And then there's arcade, which is where we're going to be headed into here in a moment. This is basically all of the offline practice racing that you can do. VR Tour. This option, I don't know exactly what it's going to do, but I know that Gran Turismo Sport will be supporting PlayStation VR. So that way, basically, if you want to turn your head around while in the interior view and actually get a really nice look around the rather carefully detailed environments around you, that's how you're going to be able to do it. Brand Central and Scapes. I don't know what Brand Central is going to be, but Scapes is the new photo mode in GT Sport. This is where you're going to be able to basically take any car you want, place it in any scenery you want, take a picture however you see fit, and basically be able to make something just unholy realistic. Like, just as God intended levels of realism. And then, of course, there's also the... Oh, okay. I guess you can't actually see that when I pop that up. Like, that's the online manual. And, Okay, so I guess I can't actually show you this either. But yeah, so just a brief overview, online manual so you can better understand the game. And this actually shows a bunch of different information, messages, and everything, so that way you can actually yeah, learn how not only to play the game proper and how things are working in the beta, but also to be able to report bugs whenever you feel the need to. Oh, there's the bug in action. I did not mean to take an image, but yeah, the bug that I was talking about earlier, here it is actually. For some reason, when this happens, you can't actually get out unless you wiggle around with it enough. I don't understand why it's like that or how it's even gotten like that. Wait a minute, who's the third viewer that just joined? Oh, well, they left already, so. Oh, that's kind of sad. But yeah, so let's get into what you really want to see. So there are two different modes open available. Yeah, open available. Yeah, you know I haven't gotten enough sleep. There are two modes available right now. There's single race and there's time trial. So yeah, it's pretty basic shit actually. Single race, you get a bunch of cars to go up against that are all AI controlled. Time trial, you're by yourself, just trying to get the fastest lap time possible. I think I'll actually go and do the time trial for this first run. I'll go with the time being 9:30 and cloudy. And I think I'll actually, you know what, I think I'll just choose a different car for this first run through. You know what, I'll go with this, actually. Oh yeah, should probably explain. Transmission type, automatic versus manual. Automatic, the gears automatically shift each time you reach the maximum revving speed for each one. So like, once gear 1 reaches maximum rev, it'll actually hop to gear 2, and it'll just keep going on and on until eventually there's no more gears and you're pretty much what they call redlining. In other words, you can't rev any faster, and it's gonna do harm to the engine if you keep doing that. Manual is kind of, well, as you can probably guess, it doesn't automatically do that. Like, you have to manually change the gears, hence the name. I'm getting unnecessary with the explanations. Driving assists. Okay, so this is the first Gran Turismo title that actually does this. There's no other Gran Turismo game that I have ever played that actually has driving assists quite like this, but I know Forza has at least the brake option. So, if you have braking and steering as a driving assist, that means the game's basically going to carry your ass throughout the entire game as long as you're holding down the gas pedal, at least as far as I can tell. Either that, or at the very least, it's going to nudge you in the right direction for steering, and you have to basically power through the best that you can. Braking, it only it hits the brakes whenever you reach a turn, so that way you don't actually have to do it yourself, but you still have to hold down the gas pedal and steer. And none is classic racing simulator gameplay. You press the gas pedal, you press the brakes, you steer. You're all in control at that point. The game's not helping you out at all. Now, with a lot of games, I do like a little bit of help, but as you know, I've already played like every single Gran Turismo game there is, so I really don't need any driving assists. So let's just go straight into the loading screen, and yeah. So how's the beta seeming so far? Like, does it seem like it should use a little bit more content, or does it seem like it's a pretty good start for people who want to get a little taste of the game first. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly check options while I, oh, okay, there's a comment. Alright, well, yeah, so going to go ahead and demonstrate. Oh yeah, so there's a few different viewpoints actually. This is the viewpoint for, like, very directly in front of the car. Here's the interior view, which is, you know, something every car is going to be having in this game, at least as far as I've been told. Here's hood view, which is kind of fitting considering my last name. And, yeah. Basically, so far, my opinion on Gran Turismo Sport, now that I'm seeing your comment, I personally, like, from a control standpoint, this might actually be my favorite game in the series. It's got that, just that extra sweet bit of balance between being nice enough to people who might be a little inexperienced, but at the same time not being as easy as the rest of the games. In fact, if you try to push a car too hard, it's gonna throw you around. Like, this game is not screwing around. It is brutal and unforgiving for people who try to push it too hard. You gotta be nice and gentle with these little machines. They're much more delicate than they look. You know, I'm not used to this hood view. Let me just go to the external view. This is my preferred view for playing Gran Turismo games, just because it gives me, you know, a great sense of spatial awareness, which I pretty much use to my advantage here in Gran Turismo, and basically most other games. In fact, I think that might be why some people say I'm actually good at a lot of different games, is because of the fact that I have quite a nice sense of spatial awareness. But I very well could be wrong. Maybe I'm just fast with reflexes, or maybe I'm actually complete shit. You know, that's probably the most likely option, is that I'm just fucking dog shit, and somehow there are just people that are even worse than I am, and I don't understand how that works. So yeah, so you start the first lap just setting a base lap, and basically the goal for the rest of the laps is to actually try to outdo your best lap. Currently right now I'm 3 seconds ahead of myself on the previous lap, so basically 3 seconds after I hit the checkpoint on this lap is when I hit the checkpoint, yeah, that exact same checkpoint on the last lap. To try to explain this in the best way possible for somebody who doesn't actually know Gran Turismo or racing events in general and how their timing scheme works. I will say one thing though, live streaming this game is, live streaming and trying to play this game is actually kind of difficult, if only for the fact that it's like, it's a smaller screen and I can't see everything as well. Oh hey, it's my favorite song in this, or one of my favorite songs in Gran Turismo. And I'm actually kind of tempted to keep playing this, this silly little thing here. While, yeah. Oh yeah, I was actually going to talk a little bit about my past with, well, Gran Turismo as a whole. A lot of events that I kind of left out during the previous discussion. But before I go on with that, anything you want to say about anything I said a moment ago at all? just gonna wait for your comment real quick before I continue on, because, well, live streaming and commenting can be a bitch. Okay. Well, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. As a kid, I don't really remember a whole lot about Gran Turismo 1. I remember that we had it for the PS1, and it came out shortly after I was born, actually. Came out in December of the same year, so look at that. I'm actually only a few months older than one of my favorite video game franchises. Jesus. And speaking of which, the other absolute favorite Armored Core, I'm actually younger than. As a matter of fact, I think sometime in June, Armored Core is about to actually have its 20th. No, that'd be a perfect release date for the next Armored Core game, but you know, this is Gran Turismo, what am I doing? But yeah, so the first Gran Turismo game. Really the only big memory that I have about that is one time when my sisters Leslie and Mackenzie were just goofing off with that game, having a bit of a race using, I think, a couple of Nissan Skylines in one of the tracks, like Special Stage Route 5, I think it was. But sometime after they got finished with playing that game, they set it down on the carpet. Now, me being young, like about 3 or 4 years old at the time, probably 4, I didn't actually realize exactly where they had set down the disc, and for some reason I didn't actually think to check the floor at all at the time, so I accidentally stepped on the disc and shattered it. It still upsets me to this day, because like, that was a pretty nice copy of the game otherwise. Hardly any scratches on it, but, well, it just had to meet its fate, being my foot. Kind of, yeah. I mean, at least now I've got, like, an actual physical copy, case and manuals included, to make up for it. But, that being said, it's still kind of sad that, you know, a copy of Gran Turismo that had been sold properly on retail when it came out is now lost to garbage. So that's pretty much all I've got for Gran Turismo 1. I mean, nowadays, I mean, I've played it, and even though it's the most primitive shit in comparison to every other Gran Turismo game, and also slightly the most bullshit out of them all, I still love it. I mean, yeah, it still takes a little bit to get used to the fact that every car slips and slides in the most unrealistic fashion, but I mean, it's still a nice game, all things considered, considering the game was developed by 7 people at minimum and 15 people at maximum, whereas usually game studios had about hundreds of people to work with at the time. Anything you gotta say to that, or no? Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. So, Gran Turismo 2, I have even fewer memories of back then. Besides, well, sometime after I'd already experienced Gran Turismo 3, and I think I had already played Gran Turismo 4 at the time. But, I checked out Gran Turismo 2 at one point, and I was actually really fascinated by its, its need for 2 different discs. But the reason being, of course, well, where Gran Turismo 1 had about 100 or so cars, Gran Turismo 2 had a massive leap of about 600 cars, some of which were exclusive to either disc, and could only be accessed on the disc that it wasn't on through a data glitch of some sort. It's actually pretty cool, but Gran Turismo 2 did have a bit of a couple of pretty bad glitches though, and mainly the big bad one in the original versions of Gran Turismo 2 before the Greatest Hits re-release. If you did 9 different laps, or did 9 different records for the speed tests, and you decided to enter in a 10th one, for some reason, not only would they all be cleared, but so would your entire garage, making it, like, if you spent all of your money for, at all of your racing stuff, upgrading cars and whatnot, you would not be able to actually continue the game. So yeah, that's an absolutely horrible glitch. I think Gran Turismo 2 had another glitch in it that was kind of slightly game-breaking, but much more minor. Like, not to the point where it would make an entire save file useless. Unless, of course, you didn't actually save, but then again, every time you do a machine test, as they call it in that game, I think, it automatically saves to the memory card, I think. I don't know if autosave had actually been invented around that time, but, yeah. If I remember correctly, it didn't, but if it did, then, well, basically you just toasted your entire save file. And so, delete it and start completely over, which I know a lot of people would not be willing to do. So there are other ways to do it if you didn't actually do them already. If you actually did do them already at the time and you managed to blank out your save file, then, well, there's no hope for you. Unless you do some sort of data hack tool, but the tools didn't exist back in the 1990s, so... So, doesn't the original version of Gran Turismo 2 sound like a wonderful game to completely destroy? Oh shit, now that I think about it, I just remember there is another glitch. I remember what the other glitch was that I was thinking of in Gran Turismo 2, but if you were typing the comment, continue on. Okay, well, thankfully that glitch is already fixed in the Greatest Hits edition, which is actually what I have. So, thankfully there's that to work with. But another glitch that was in the original edition that got fixed in the Greatest Hits, which is not necessarily that big of a game-destroying bug, but it is completely unavoidable, unlike the other glitch. Gran Turismo 2 actually had, or was planned to have, a drag strip event, where basically you just took whatever car and you did a drag race with it. The problem is that actually got deleted partially late in development because they were running out of time and they wanted to be able to get the game out by the release date, because delaying was actually pretty uncommon back in that day, whereas Gran Turismo 5's constant delays actually for a brief time actually became a meme. in any case, yeah. Well, since the data for the drag strip event wasn't fully deleted, it's still in the game. You just can't access it without a hacking tool of any sort, like, say, Game Genie or whatever. Basically, this means that you're never going to actually be able to reach 100% completion in the original copies of GT2. In the Greatest Hits edition, the drag strip event was actually completely removed properly, so 100% completion was actually attainable. Then there's Gran Turismo 3. This is the first one that I actually, first-hand played. And I actually spent a lot of time watching my dad play Gran Turismo 3. And it's basically, if I remember correctly, the second game I ever tried out on the PS2 after having played Sonic Heroes. This is back, of course, when I was a pretty big Sonic fan. Nowadays, I don't really hold a whole lot of faith in the poor little bastard, besides, of course, Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, which are the two new games slated to come out later. That said, well, after having tried that, I played Gran Turismo 3, and I just really couldn't stop. I mean, sure, I sucked total ass at it, but at the same time, it was actually pretty damn nice. I mean, yeah, it went back down from the 600 in Gran Turismo 2 to, I want to say 300 in Gran Turismo 3, but I think that's actually being a little too generous. I think they had 100 something in that game because they had so many updated graphics that they couldn't actually, fit 600 different cars on a PlayStation 2 disc. But that's where Gran Turismo 4 comes in. I'll get to that later. But yeah, so Gran Turismo 3 was a game that was very often played and very well loved by the general family that actually played games on the PlayStation. It still remains a part of the collection to this day. Very, very scratched out and impossible to play after certain points because it keeps freezing, but it is a very fun game even still. For the most part, it's still completely stable. Actually, now that I think about it, I think we actually have a new disc for GT3 that, still has scratches on it, inevitably, but I think enough of it is clean to the point where you can actually still play the full game without it, freezing and crashing at certain points because the data was suddenly scratched out. Anyhow, this is a game that I have, the second greatest nostalgic ties to, although I now realize that because of the way that the physics engine was updated for later games, I literally cannot play GT3 properly anymore. The cars do not handle right anymore for me. Gran Turismo 4. This one was one that I had been waiting for ages. Like, we had seen commercials for it having been released, which is funny because I had never seen another Gran Turismo commercial after that. And I'd only seen that commercial one time. But, that one was the most hypest shit. Like, yeah, it took forever to load, but it was using a special type of, PlayStation disc, where it basically removed all the protective layers off of a, normal PlayStation 2 DVD, and actually just instead traded that space for, more data. So basically you had a disc that could hold double the data and well, was incredibly fragile. Like, even the smallest scratch would fuck it up permanently. I mean, I've got two different copies of Gran Turismo 4 sitting here at this house, and neither of them work anymore. But, yeah, Gran Turismo 4 was the greatest game on the PlayStation 2 that I remember playing. I mean, Armored Core 2 was great and all, and, okay, well, actually, yeah, Armored Core 3 is enough competition, definitely. And Armored Core Nexus as well. I mean, geez, those are some fun fucking games, but still, I mean, Gran Turismo 4 was just that much of a grand scale kind of game. I mean, that shit had 700 cars, all of which were rendered in, like, as high definition as the PS2 could go. And tons upon tons of different tracks. Probably the most expansive and freeform, you know, yeah, most expansive freeform, you know, campaign mode ever. You could basically go wherever the hell you wanted at any point in time during the game. Wasn't recommended, and some parts were actually still kind of restricted by licenses, or yeah, license tests, I should say. But other than that, you know, I mean, it's pretty much got everything you could want in spades. Besides, of course, actual free roam, which is where, you know, I had to get my fix of free roam from Grand Theft Auto. Jeez, you know, I've been playing on this for far too long, actually. I'm gonna actually stop right here. And, oh, sweet. Well, there's the daily workout, already completed. So, yeah, let me just go ahead and briefly explain daily workouts. They're kind of little stretches where you do, like about 26 miles or so many kilometers, and you get a free car out of it. So, let's go ahead and see what that free car is. Ooh. Oh, that is nice. Just look at that thing. That is beautiful. Hang on, who's the third person viewing this right now? Okay, well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on now. But I can't seem to figure out who that third person is. Hey, person number 3 who joined, can you introduce yourself real quick so I can at least see who it is? I mean, because I have a suspicious feeling I know who you are, but, well, I can't be too sure. You know what? I actually think I'm going to go ahead and take that BMW out for a spin. The other Danish guy. Well, then who was the first? Alright, so we got difficulty settings. For some reason I can never be intermediate anymore. It's not letting me do it. Best I can get is like second place. Whew, well, anyways, yeah, so after all that crap, yeah, then after Gran Turismo 4 came Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, released here in the US. And, well, my dad got that, and we sat around, and I watched him play it for quite some time because, well, apparently my dad was actually paranoid at the time about us kids with the PS3 being such fragile hardware, apparently, that he was afraid we'd break it. It was weird, but yeah, so even though I have a PS3 now, yeah, it's kind of, you know, kind of nice. I mean, wait, what am I even going on about? Let me get back to my train of thought here. Well, this thing actually handles pretty nicely. Anyways, continuing on. So, yeah, GT5 Prologue. Yeah, pretty decent little pay-to-play demo kind of thing going on there. I mean, yeah, it's big enough to at least warrant being paid for at the very least. And I still think $30 might have been a little too steep for it, though. I mean, it was still technically an incomplete Gran Turismo 5, even though comparing Gran Turismo 5 to Gran Turismo 5 Prologue definitely shows that Gran Turismo 5 Prologue is a very different game with basically the same mechanics. Though, it's still pretty weird having a $30 beta test, basically. In any case, well, with his new PS3 that we got, because my dad had to pawn off the other one and could never retrieve it in time, what happened was, yeah, basically, what am I trying to say here? I can't articulate words. Right, yeah. My dad would never actually get Gran Turismo 5 with that new PS3, or I should say the PS3 that we have now, because he apparently heard from a co-worker at the time that it just wasn't as good of a game as the rest of the Gran Turismo series and just really was not worth the time. Which actually kind of makes me slightly sad because, you know, I actually, you know, really wanted to see what Gran Turismo 5 ended up being after the craziness that was Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. I mean, the all-live mode on Prologue was absolutely bad. It was basically cars were glitching out and spinning out absolutely everywhere. The game just couldn't handle online for the time being. Eventually they straightened it out, but yeah, it sucked for online for quite some time. Gran Turismo 5 came out though, and all the bugs were definitely ironed out. Also, whoops. Okay, well, I think I just screwed my victory here. Maybe. But, that being said, eventually at some point after the big divorce, I got to basically play the PS3 a lot more often than I normally would have. And, okay, that's pretty weak. But, yeah. So, when the time came around that I actually was allowed to buy myself something for the PS3, predictably I got Gran Turismo 5 because I was like, okay, well, I wasn't allowed to have this game before, or at least even try it, so why not actually get it for myself because I want it. You know, it makes sense. So that's basically what I did. I decided, hey, you know, I want to play me some good old Gran Turismo 5, and I want to see how good of a game it is. And at that time, it basically became my favorite Gran Turismo game ever at the time. And then Gran Turismo 6 came out sometime afterward, and I loved that even more. Gran Turismo 5 and 6 to this day are the only two Gran Turismo games I've ever actually, well, come even close to fully completing. But, yeah. So, Gran Turismo 6, you know, you already know about all the fond memories I've had with that, and the not so fond, because, well, I mean, at the time I had already met you and Patrick, and the rest is history at that point. So, basically, Gran Turismo became one of the, Gran Turismo 6 became probably one of my absolute favorite games on the PlayStation 3. In fact, I think I would actually pretty easily tie it up there with Oracle 4, Verdict Day, 5, and, you know, 4 answer, 5, and Verdict Day. There we go. But, yeah, here we are on the PlayStation 4. And Polyphony Digital actually decided, hey, you know what? This person even held up Spawn. He's played a bunch of Gran Turismo 6 and Gran Turismo 5. He definitely wants to get in on all this fun stuff. So why not actually, why not actually, you know, let him join in on this? You know, it's pretty obvious he has some interest and maybe even passion for the Gran Turismo franchise. Let's go ahead and give him a little bit of a taste of what's to come. And, well, here we are today. I am officially one of Polyphony Digital's, you know, semi-interns who is not necessarily getting paid at lower than minimum wage, but isn't getting paid at all. But this is something that I can play on my own whenever I really want to. Not like I really have to, you know, hop on the PS4 at a specific time and actually play it then and there because, you know, kind of required to keep the job, otherwise I'd lose the rights to the game. So, in a sense, it's not really much of a job. Not that I really even treat it as one anyway, because it's too much fun to really be a job, so to speak. But, it's definitely quite the hell of a game. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. Alright, so yeah, basically, to my absolute best memory, without going into the absolute biggest of details, or the deepest of details, you know my history of Gran Turismo. Although at some point I'm actually going to finish off this race, and I'm actually going to invite one of my friends to a PS4 party and actually let him watch the game. And I'm going to actually give him a brief rundown of what's currently available in the game. But yeah, so, you know just how much this series means to me. It's, definitely become something more than just a game for me. It's definitely become basically a part of my life. But as you can see, I am significantly better with a Mustang Group 3 than I am with basically most other cars. I don't even need to keep driving much, but I'm still going to do it anyway just because. So, hang on a second real quick. You're going to be seeing a different screen entirely when I do this. So I'm going to real quickly invite a friend to a party real quick. I don't know if they'll actually be able to hear. Maybe they will. I don't know. Let's hope. I'm actually live streaming GT Sport right now. You could request to watch, or you could actually watch through YouTube if you want. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, my mom was just telling me goodnight. But, yeah, so are you currently in the comments? Or, yeah, are you currently watching on YouTube, or? Oh, okay, sweet. Okay, did you send a request to join, or? Kind of weird, isn't it? But, yeah, so this is actually one of my other friends who isn't really a big fan of racing games, but at least respects Gran Turismo for being as good of a game as it is. But, yeah, so this is Gran Turismo Sport. Well, beta at least. From what I know, the campaign is going to be basically the same stuff as always, you know, race cars, get money, tune them up, and buy more stuff. Sport is the new online feature that they're really advertising. It's, tournament stuff where people join together and actually do these races. Yeah, I apparently missed the chance to join this one, but that's perfectly okay with me because, well, I was busy doing my own thing for a little bit. But, yeah, so originally there was only one race available, and that was on Willow Springs, which is a track that I actually hate. Like, let me tell you. I mean, not really hate, absolutely. It's just I kind of have a few bad memories with it. You're, like, constantly trying to win that one race from, the NASCAR event in GT6. Oh. Yeah, so, alongside Sport, I think the Classic Online from GT6 is coming back as well. Arcade is the only other option available right now, which is, you know what that stuff is already. You've played enough Gran Turismo to know. VR Tour, because Gran Turismo Sport will be compatible with PlayStation VR. Brand Central, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look around a little bit and see if I can find any information on it. And Scapes is the new photo mode. You take a car wherever you want to, you mess around with the lighting and everything, and take pictures. They look really, really realistic from what I've seen. Yeah. Okay, so another thing that I should probably mention is that in Gran Turismo Sport, the beta at least, every day they do a thing called the daily workout, which is where you basically drive 26 miles in the game and you win a free car. Yeah, so I'll show you the ones that I started out with. This is the first car that I actually got, the Genesis Coupe 3.8 track. Not a bad little car. This is another car that I got. Around the same time as well. Because they start you out with 3 unique vehicles to yourself. this car, I mean, my personal opinion, looks fine from the rear side, but on the front end, it kind of looks a little foobarred. But, you know, that's just me. Oops, I did not mean to back out of the garage. Car list. The third one that I got is the SLS AMG GT3, which looks beautiful. Then I got the Genesis Group 4, which is what I got from the first daily workout. Wait, can you hear me? Okay. You're just awfully silent. I thought maybe the I thought maybe the mic might have cut out. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so there's the Genesis Group 4. The second one that I did, I got the WRX STI Type S. I didn't include the Impreza, or Impreza, however you pronounce it. Maybe they just wanted to drop a name, kind of like Nissan did with the Skyline. Hell if I know at this point. I'm just a beta tester. My absolute favorite car in the game so far, not just because it's a Ford, but it's because I'm the best with this car out of all the ones that I've got. And I won this just earlier in the morning. Like, I think I woke up at around 7, gave myself about an hour to wake up, played a little bit of this at around 8, around 8:30 got the car, and then after that just put the PS4 into rest mode and got ready for class at 9. But yeah, so little Ford Focus, and this is the car that I just got a few minutes ago. Actually, a really nice looking car, not gonna lie. But, yeah. So, do you want to see what racing in this game's like? Okay. Any particular car you want me to do it in at all, or are you fine with whatever? You know what? I really haven't given the Impreza enough attention now that I think about it. Oh yeah, I think this is the first Gran Turismo game to actually do this. I'm not entirely sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they actually have the driving assist from Forza now. I mean, I'm not sure if brake and steering was from Forza, but they have braking assist and brake and steering assist. So I mean, on the one hand, not happy with on the one hand, not happy with you know, this whole hand-holding thing, but on the other hand, I mean, they're not forcing it on you. Yeah, they give you the option, so like, even if you're a newcomer, it's good for you to actually, you know, get the grips of the game, I guess. Plus, they don't really force it upon you, so they can't really call it hand-holding or anything like that. But yeah, so actually, yeah, I mean, maybe not necessarily content-wise, because I mean, like, there's originally only like 2 different tracks, you know, Brands Hatch for arcade and Willow Springs. Huh? Oh, no, not yet. There's still plenty of cars that I'm wanting to get, but I can't because, well, every time you win a car, it's completely random. But, yeah. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Oh wait, this is a single race? Crap. Okay, I think this game's actually adapting to me. I swear, because like, when I was, one of my best car for a while was actually the Genesis. I was able to play intermediate races and actually win them. Now I can't. I'm just gonna, yeah. But I'm just gonna go with beginner just to show what racing in this game is like. Out of all of the games, this one has probably the most realistic physics because cars are definitely a lot more unforgiving when you push them a little too hard. Like, if you pop up a slight bit and try to turn, don't expect to actually be able to do it very easily. Like, and also going through a turn, you can't actually, like, you know, just slam down on the gas and expect to, you know, pick up speed or at least actually hold it. You'll actually lose speed a little bit throughout a turn. Yeah, here's the user interface, by the way. Pretty nice selection of street vehicles. I think Gran Turismo Sport's actually supposed to have more of an emphasis on race cars this time around. Partly because, yeah, I mean, I very well could be wrong, because I mean, this game is said to have, like, I've heard around 100 cars, I've heard 500, it's definitely not going to be Gran Turismo 6's scale of cars, but, actually, well, while they did originally say Sport was supposed to be, like, to hold the tide until 7, I've heard recent reports saying that, Polyphony Digital changed their minds, Sport is going to be 7, basically. Yeah, but... yeah. I mean, hell, as it is, as I was... yeah, as it is, like, as I was telling my other friend here, you know, the constant delighting for Gran Turismo 5 became a meme around the gaming community for a brief time. But I mean, hey, I mean, you know, we'll probably see a proper Gran Turismo 7 in, I don't know, 2030 if we're lucky, on the PlayStation 6. Yeah, I'm such an ass. But either way, you know. Oh yeah, I should also mention the user interface is a little bit more advanced this time around too. Yeah, because like you see how there's like, yeah, like you see how up top there's like a course map and on the bottom is a different kind of course map, where you could actually yeah, zoom into a radar. You could also let me get to a point where I can actually drive straight for a moment. Oh, back you, Eddie. You can also look at time, mess around with the traction control in real time. Let me take a look, see what else we got here. Oh, see you, man. Oh yeah, mess around with brake balance at the same time. Torque distribution, fuel map, and back to the course map. So yeah, pretty damn advanced for, you know, for the new title. Oh yeah, I should also know, yeah. Yeah, the gas gauge thing has been the thing that's been around since, I think since Gran Turismo 4. I think Gran Turismo 3 just had, yeah, Gran Turismo 3 just had like a low fuel thing. And then Gran Turismo 1 and 2, I don't think they had that at all. Yeah. Probably. We'll probably be able to see at the ending screen. Oh yeah, I should also mention there's no damage models yet in the current game. But I actually do have a, I actually do understand why Gran Turismo Sport is taking the direction that it is, being a much more hardcore, you know, no holds barred kind of game where it's all serious now, no more relaxation. Yeah, not just for the realism, but for the fact that this game is actually part of the official Polyphony Digital and FIA partnership. Oh, that was a TTS coupe. But yeah, so Polyphony Digital and the FIA have finally partnered up because the end goal of this game isn't just, you know, pretty credit screen where you see Kazunori himself actually driving a GTR throughout Nürburgring. It's not some pretty trophy, or it's definitely not anything as pathetic as like an NES type, like NES game, you know, congratulations screen. The actual end goal, like what you get at the end, is actually a real tangible kind of prize. It actually is a license officially acceptable by the FIA to participate in actual FIA events in real life. Yeah. So if this game is really that realistic, dear God, we're in for something. I mean, of course, you know, it being the PS4, you know, the hardware restrictions are pretty much gone at this point, so, I mean, can't really expect anything less out of Kaz at this point. I mean, hell, he... Oh, really? Odd. That's weird. That's weird. Oh, there we are. Oh yeah, more stuff, actually, now that I think about it. Well, yeah, this is an options menu. We all know what this is like. All cars are... Actually, wait. To some degree, I think you can actually modify them. Oh yeah, here we are. Yeah, you can change some basic settings like traction control, tires, brakes, suspension, aerodynamics, drivetrain, transmission. You can actually fully customize that if you want. That's about the best that you can do, but you can actually also do a drift function. Pretty strange. I mean, yeah, neat, but still strange. But, yeah, so back to what I was actually going to show you. So, one of the big things about GT Sport, alongside the daily workout, you have, well, there's going to be a level system like back in Gran Turismo 5, at least by the looks of things. There's also the driver rating, where, you know, the better that you do in the online events, you gain a higher driver rating. And then there's a sportsmanship rating, where, you know, you get more points in sportsmanship if you, you know, do better in laps, like actually, you know, get to different checkpoints faster. And if you, you know, avoid actually going out into the dirt or hitting another vehicle. So, yeah. For a little while, I actually dipped down from the starting, which is 10, down to 7. Because, well, as I've actually recorded on multiple races, and these files are actually sitting on the PS4 as we speak, I've met some really awful drivers. Like, ugh. Like, I understand maybe being a little new to the game. And I understand, you know, maybe needing a little bit of time to, you know, get back into the game if you're as rusty as I was when I started. What I don't understand is how you go off the track at the ending turn, the gigantic turn at the end of Willow Springs. Like, I don't know, I mean, it looked fine to me. I mean, I've seen some footage of first day and how that was an absolute crapshoot. But, well, other than that, you know, I haven't really seen too many other issues, but I have seen people accidentally bump into each other, and, well, I've definitely given as many accidental bumps as I've taken. But, anywho, yeah. That's pretty much all I have to show for, the GT Sport demo. Yeah, definitely looks absolutely. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, hang on. options, sound volume. Let me actually just set these all back to their default. Oh yeah, all of the music in these games is actually from Gran Turismo 6. And as you and I both know, a lot of Gran Turismo 6 music is actually from Gran Turismo 5 and 4. Hell, I even found some Gran Turismo 3 music in there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play again, and hopefully we'll actually be able to hear the engines a little bit better. I'll go with the Mustang just because I absolutely adore this vehicle. And I mean, considering the fact that the Ford Mustang has always been one of my favorite cars, who can blame me? But I mean, I did... Oh, sorry, what? I think it's actually a recent thing, like, alongside the new Ford GT. I think alongside the new Ford GT, I think Ford's just finally gotten back to their old racing spirit and just gone on a full all-out assault with all the different cars. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, fuck. You have to sail through the dirt for a second here. Thankfully, this is arcade mode, so it doesn't affect my sportsmanship rating. Huh. The engines definitely sound nice, I have to say that. Honestly, like, look me in the eyes and tell me you have not heard a Mustang sound like this before. I mean, yeah, you and I are in the same boat. Actually, I really don't know how a fully tuned Mustang actually sounds. Oh yeah, the VA race car is kind of like the Ford Escort, the Commodore, whatever the hell. Oh, German? I was talking about Australian cars. Oh yeah, because NASCAR is basically just turning around an oval all the time. Oh my god, he's taking a left turn! Oh my god! Yeah, asshole, how about you actually try Nürburgring? Oh wait, I'm sorry, your stock car doesn't have headlights, does it? Never mind. Oof. Either way, like, I absolutely love this game right now. You should get a notification sometime soon on the PS4. Like, I waited a while. Like, I want to say it was about a week. I mean, I definitely, got a little impatient and actually put in a second application for it just cause. No, they still got it going. I don't know, I mean, I checked on that exact day and they said they were still doing it. I mean, they definitely reopened it for Europe. Plus, I mean, you managed to sign everything in, so I mean, like, I'd honestly think, you know, if they had already ended it for the United States, you know, they probably would have shut down the site and everything. honestly, I can't wait to see you and everybody else that's coming along in here. It's been a few days actually. Like, hang on. I can actually use the garage to count how many days it's been since I've gotten this game. Actually, kind of funny how that works. Okay, so besides these three, it's been 5 days. Funny how that works out. I don't know. Let me go ahead and take a look real quick. GT Sport, or yeah, beta, and hopefully so. I mean, it's supposed to come out like on the very final day of the year. I do definitely know when, yeah, one thing that I'm going to be doing with GT Sport. I am absolutely... Oh, you want to invite more people? Okay. Okay, dokie. View suggested players. Oh, Nirvana Demon, I remember you being in a party with this guy before. Just suddenly glanced at my parties at one point, seeing who was doing what, and then I saw that you were doing that. Yeah. But, yeah, so... That reminds me. There are a few things that I really wanted to talk about with, with some past Gran Turismo titles. Let's just say the original release of Gran Turismo 2, if you did it right, was hellishly broken. Oh yeah, I don't blame you. If you start winning everything, it just kind of becomes a little bored. Really. True. Not all the time. That's kind of where the online resides.
What up?
Hello? Hello.
What?
Oh, you alright?
I held the back for too long. I'm good. Yeah. Holy fuck. I see that now.
Yeah, Gran Turismo Sport. I got it because I was like, yeah, you know, why not? I've enjoyed the series a lot. So... I definitely can't say it was only just as a kid, but...
But me and my best friend spent fucking like 2 years playing Gran Turismo 3.
Gran Turismo 3, like, many people might disagree, but screw them, I still say Gran Turismo 3 was one of the best titles.
Oh, it definitely was.
Like, I don't care if it only had about 100 or so cars. That was some good stuff. Oh, mute. Oh yeah, I think I could actually, hang on. Let me see if I can actually, play around with the, broadcasting settings real quick. Let's see, advanced settings, audio sharing, include microphone audio in broadcast. Turn that off. And does anyone hear me now?
Absolutely.
Well, in the... Alright, am I done talking on the live stream, or is it still going?
No, you're still going. I can hear you. I'm not watching the live stream yet.
Oh dear. Oh, this proves to be an issue. I could probably just end the live stream briefly on YouTube for a moment. Hang on a moment. Oh.